Welcome to Cadence Design Systems Omnis Tutorial Tuesday, where we show you how to use our fully integrated environment Omnis in short videos of a few minutes. In this video, I'll show you how to mesh Turbomachinery Meridional effects like seal leakages, bleeds, or cavities. We start from a simple Turbomachinery case. The geometry consists of an extra turbine rotor which has been meshed using the turbo template and is the subject of a dedicated video. Click on the import icon in the CAD tree toolbar or in the pie menu and select the Meridional effect geometry file. Note that the Meridional effect must always be connected to the channel by one or two connections, and its curves must intersect the channel. In this case, the seal leakage is connected to the channel upstream and downstream of the blade row. Before starting the definition of a Meridional effect, the geometry should be defined or linked in the Meridional view. To define the geometry in the Meridional view, Meridional curves can be created directly in the view by selecting the channel entity and clicking on the Create Meridional Curve button. Once activated, use the left mouse button to snap a new polyline to existing curves and use consecutive clicks in the meridional space to define the desired geometry. Use the Delete Meridional Curve to delete undesired curves. Another option for geometry definition is using the 3D view. For that, hide the unnecessary entities, click on the Surfaces and Curves graphical selection mode, select the seal leakage curves, and click on the icon Append Curve in Meridional Configuration in the family tree. The linked entities are now displayed in the Meridional view. Meridional effects can be added by selecting the turbo configuration in the family tree and clicking in the Add ZR effect with one channel connection or Add ZR effect with two channel connection buttons to respectively create a ZR effect with one or two connections with the channel. For this example, let us add a ZR effect with two channel connections since the seal leakage is connected upstream and downstream of the blade row. When created, a new ZR effect entity is added to the turbo configuration under the ZR effects folder. Select the ZR effect entity in the family tree and in the property panel, click on the Boundaries Definition button. Move the mouse in the Meridional view to select the meridional curves defining the boundary of the ZR effect. When close to a curve, the point is automatically snapped to it and all the contiguous curves that will define the boundary are highlighted. Left-click to validate the selection. When the selection is valid, the message ZR effect boundary 1 defined pops up and the icon in front of the outer boundary entity switches to green. Repeat this step to define the second boundary of the ZR effect. When the selection is valid, the message ZR effect boundary 2 defined pops up and the icon in front of the inner boundary entity switches to green. Press S to quit the tool. Note that the target icon of the Select and Highlight Object selection mode disappears. For a ZR effect with two channel connections, the geometry needs to be divided into two domains, one starting from the first connection and one starting from the second connection. In the property panel of the ZR effect, click on the Create Edit Rotastator button to define a rotastator line indicating the location of the division. Move the cursor in the Meridional view close to a boundary at the middle part of the ZR effect. We recommend imposing the rotastator in a long, thin, and straight channel of the meridional geometry. When close to a curve, the point is automatically snapped to it. Left-click to set the first point of the rotastator interface. Repeat the operation to impose the second point of the rotastator on the second boundary. Right-click to quit the tool. By default, the boundaries of a ZR effect are considered as non-rotating walls. Let us set the inner boundary as rotating. Select the Family Selection mode in the breadcrumb menu. In the Meridional view of the geometry context, move the mouse on the boundary and left-click when highlighted. In the property panel, adapt the BC type if not set as wall. In the property panel, activate the rotating option. Lastly, when all geometrical CAD entities are properly set and associated to the turbo configuration, click the Create Mesh Setup icon in the Family Tree toolbar. In the mesh context, an Omnis AutoGrid mesh setup named Mesh Setup for Turbo Configuration is automatically created. The channel is ready to be meshed using the Row Wizard or manual settings. A dedicated video covers the automatic structure mesh generation for meridional effects. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, be sure to click the thumbs up button to subscribe to our channel for more upcoming content like this. If you have any questions or suggestions for future videos, please drop us a line down below or connect with us on LinkedIn, which is linked in the description. Thank you all and have a great Tuesday.